What's up, guys? Welcome to the third episode of the Banana Hammock Heroes podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Professor Rage, aka Tyler. With me, as always, is my cute, cuddly little co-host, Snazzy Chaos, aka Charlie.
Hey, what's up, guys? Cute and cuddly.
All right.
God.
And today we have a very special guest, one of the team members of the BHH, ChronoGerbil, a fellow streamer.
Hey, what's up, guys? Glad to be here.
All right. So, Chrono, yeah, you're one of our most recent recruits, or most recent members who have joined us. Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a game collector. I also teach at the middle school over here, so I have a baby boy. Thank you, Pug Life. And I don't know. Not really good at describing myself. But, yeah,
Well, I can tell from watching your streams you like retro games, huh?
absolutely. I love retro. Yeah, the older the better. Yep.
What would you say is your favorite? Or if you had a few favorites, I guess I should say that.
Oh, definitely the NES and Super Nintendo for sure. But I also like the N64, GameCube. I was a Nintendo fanboy all the way up to the Xbox 360.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then I jumped ship.
Yeah, most people did.
Yeah. Yeah. Sony's just been more appealing until more recently when Phil Spencer took over. We've seen Xbox start to become more. And I think we'll see it with next generation. I think Xbox is going to be the big player again next gen. But yeah, right now Sony definitely dominated this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah. So with your gaming history, like, what was how did you get started into like the whole game collecting and stuff?
Just really during college, I had some buddies that had some games, and I acquired a few of them, and then it just became an addiction, I guess. I got addicting hobby, so I just stuck with it. And I used to leave stores with like bundles and bundles of games, guys. Like I'm talking about 20 games at a time, and those days are long over. Finding games for like a couple of bucks a piece, it was awesome. Yeah, it just started. It started during college, talking about games and playing old retro games, and then I started my own collection.
Nice. Nice. So, what would you say was like your first game you ever played, and like how long ago?
First game I ever played. Wow. The first game I ever remember seeing is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It was over at a friend's house, and that was I don't even know how long ago. Like at least 29, maybe 30 years ago.
Nice. So you're part of like the generation of gamers that like was there kind of like toward the beginning of it.
I was born in '84, so by the time when I realized what video games were, I was probably 87, 88, and that's really when I started. Yeah.
Yeah, the golden age of gaming.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
Now we've hit a roadblock.
Yeah, we do this sometimes. Now we got some podcasts. We have some ideas here. We have stuff written down. All right.
Cool.
So
Uh,
well, let's get off gaming a little bit here for a second. What do you guys think of animal intelligence? Like, this is something that fascinates me. Like, I recently seen a video of an elephant, like no joke, an elephant actually painting, and that to me was incredible because this elephant was like, these were decent paintings too by something that's not human. It just shows that these animals like have things like imagination.
yeah, I don't know. That stuff is nuts to me. Because, I mean, growing up, you're always taught that animals are just animals. And now I'm looking at animals and I'm like, they're just they're other beings, Like, they're just as smart as us. They're just not well equipped like us.
Yeah, we have thumbs.
Right.
It's amazing the difference that makes,
Wow.
but I believe elephants. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's just really fascinating. Even something down to like an ant, right? They make this super depth, this hive that goes like in and out, like all these tunnels everywhere. It's like, and they all work together, like even down to like a microscopic thing, like has a purpose. It's pretty crazy, and they're intelligent in their own way. This survival, you know.
Yeah, ants are particularly fascinating because they're not a mammal or a bird. They're insects, but they're
Right.
one of the more intelligent ones. Like, and it's interesting how science is doing, like, discovering all this stuff, like, more recently than ever. Like, we've always known that things like elephants and whales are smart, but like more recently we're starting to figure out like how smart they are, and it's amazing, dude. It makes us like as a human being, and seeing how smart they are, dude. It makes me feel like, dude, we're not the only like hyper intelligent species. It's just we have the means to do what we do, and where
Hmm.
they don't.
Yeah.
Like,
And even like wolves, like hunting in packs and all that, they all have their own purpose and the strategy that they use to like take down an animal. It's pretty crazy.
Not just that, but with wolves, like they have a like it's so interesting how they know the hierarchy. Like they know who is top dog, like top wolf, who's not, the
Hmm.
ins and outs of it. If you screw up, you know it's like they know it's coming. It's so interesting how they know exactly like what to do and not to do while part of the pack.
Right.
yeah, it's
And then
fascinating.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's alright. I was just saying it was fascinating.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they, like, obviously we kind of naturally, not naturally, but artificially evolved them to become dogs, and now dogs are like so in tune with our emotions and everything, and they're wicked smart as well, obviously.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Border collies specifically, I think they're the smartest
Hmm.
breed.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting how dogs evolve next to us, and over time, just like, yeah, as you said, just become so in tune. Like,
Hmm.
it's insane. You know what's really insane is like whales and dolphins, though, specifically dolphins and orcas. Like, each pod has a unique language and culture, dude.
Yeah, it's nuts. It really is. Considering like I said in the beginning, it's like when you're young and you're growing up, like even I guess back then, not back then, but they didn't know as much now, but still, it was like they're like animals are just animals, you know, they're just there. Like,
Mm.
that's all you're ever really told until you actually like have a mind of your own. You go look at it, you realize, nah, these people they don't know. Like these animals actually do know what they're doing.
Yeah, I
You
grew
know?
up. I grew up being told that animals are just animals. Like, they're beasts. They're not smart. But I also, my family background has a particular religion that believes that, which we're leaving out for the most part. But like, that's what I grew up being told my entire life, and I actually started like independently researching all this stuff.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like, thanks to the internet, I've learned a lot. I feel like I've learned a lot more over the internet than I ever did in school.
Oh, that's no lie there. That's for sure.
Oh, what's nice about the internet is like school, there's certain things you have to learn. And like some kids will have interest in particular subjects and do really good at them. But when you're an adult and you're out, it's like the internet's there. You can research the exact thing you're interested in and learn that. So that begs the question, like, hold on, I got it here in the thing. Like, the future of education, like, will college be still viable in like 50 years? Or will people just use the internet, to pursue career paths?
I I gotta say, I think it's already starting now, kind of with that leaning towards the internet. Like we're finding more people that don't go to college that are becoming successful, and when you ask them or when they're asked stories on like how they got there, they always start off by saying like they taught themselves with the internet. They watched a video of someone doing something and they found interested in it, and
Yeah,
they just mastered that from watching other people do it through the internet. So yeah, I can totally see like a couple, not a couple years, but a few years down the road, I can totally see people seeing the internet as a better path than college.
cheaper too. The biggest issue with college is how expensive it is.
Yeah. I know UPS had a program. It was through Thomas Edison University, which is an online thing. That they would actually pay for you to go to like take college classes and everything, and it was actually pretty neat. You did everything online, and then they would reimburse you all the money, like as long as you like passed and everything.
Oh,
So that was
nice.
pretty cool. So it was a way for you to get an education, um, and also get a job like just a basic job like as a loader or something of like the vans and still get a good education.
I would say the only downside with having internet be a career, like the way you learn, is there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna try to fuck you over. That are gonna, like you're gonna think you're following the right person, or you're gonna be learning the right thing. You're gonna find out it's just a scam, or the person you're learning from is teaching you all the wrong things, and that would
Yeah.
probably be the downside of that.
Well, plus people learn different things in different ways. Like for me, like with stuff like welding, which is a useful skill, like you can go to trade school for it. That's not something you can learn easily just by watching, especially being a hands-on learner like myself. Like with welding, that's something I had to practice to get good at. Like I could watch a guy
Mhm.
weld all day and not be able to do half the stuff he does. It's something I definitely
Yeah.
have to, do hands-on practice with.
I'm the same way. I took a few online classes and I didn't do very well in them. So I prefer a more lecture and a professor and all that. I like the standard.
Yeah, and what particularly helps me learn is like in that classroom setting is they write everything on the board, so it's just like natural instinct because we've been conditioned for it through years of high school and stuff like that. They write
Yeah.
everything they write down, and just
Right.
the process of writing it down, like it helps establish those neural connections in your brain.
Yeah, I get something similar. Like I get what any normal kid does, and they just do like normal high school. And I always found it kind of hard, like internet classes, like where you just sit in a class, or even in college, where you just sit there, and the teacher's just kind of telling you how it is and how to do it, but they're not really showing you. And I found going to like a trade school like BOCES was very helpful for me because I went there for 2 years for computer science, and I gotta say it was probably the most I learned
Hmm.
in those 2 years than the other years of just normal high school and college. Really,
Yeah,
like I learned so much.
I'm honestly fascinated to see how like future generations like how they take on learning because like we've been conditioned to like learn by writing stuff down and practicing stuff. Like the kids nowadays, dude, they have the entire internet at their disposal, so that they can pick up something, learn anything, anytime they want. And like, I'm wondering if their brains are gonna wire differently than ours did.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna get to a point with how the internet is. If you're gonna see kids younger, further in education than us. Like say like it took us like till like 11th grade to learn a certain amount of like math and English and shit. But like I can only imagine like with the internet, kids be younger and accessible to that. Like, could you imagine like they already know that before they even enter high school? Like, it could be possible. Like maybe from years from now, the curriculum might be so advanced because the kids are already going to know most of it before they even get to that point, just
Doing
because of the internet.
doing trigonometry in sixth grade.
I mean, we see it now. It's like I remember like when I was like in elementary, we like just learned the normal like multiplication and division. But like when I was still in school and I was here, like what the elementary kids were doing, they were like learning geometry. Like I'm like, what? Fifth grade, and they're learning geometry. I
Wow.
was baffled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, basic geometry is pretty simple. Like, this is a square, this is a triangle. Perimeter is pretty easy to figure out. You're generally just adding up all the sides. It's when you get the circles, is when stuff starts getting difficult.
yeah,
But like,
Mhm.
regular straight shapes are pretty easy to do mathematically without like knowing like pi r squared and stuff like that. Oh man.
ugh.
Yeah, I'm pretty fascinated to see what happens. I mean, I have two nephews and a niece. One's turning 9 this year. The other's, I think, one's turning 6, and the other one's turning 5. So I'm interested to see like how they develop over the years. Like, see like if they're any smarter than I was by the time they're like they are the age that I was once.
Hmm.
All right. And Charlie.
Hmm?
No, we'll save the smoking conversation for next time. But
Oh yeah.
let's change subjects. Empath versus sociopath. Like to you guys, what would you describe as an empath?
Someone that can get like a gist of someone just from their attitude, I guess.
Alright.
That's what I would like think it is. Like you get an idea of who the person is just from their manner.
Yeah.
Or
Now, the word empath comes from the word empathy. So, like, yeah, definitely I tie those two words together. Like, somebody who's very empathetic, can really feel other people's emotions and stuff like that.
mm,
And, yeah, definitely get reads on people and stuff like that. Alright, sociopath,
hmm.
everybody should have a pretty easy way to
Mhm.
figuring that out. Somebody who, it's the opposite of an empath. It's somebody who has a lack of empathy or remorse.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oops.
me personally, I don't really consider myself an empath, but I don't know if I am or not. I can definitely feel other people and what they're feeling if I'm around them, and I can see, or like I definitely get vibes off people, and I get those emotions if they're feeling those emotions. But on the other side, though, like I don't know if it's because I've been taken advantage of by a sociopath, but I've learned how to kind of shut that down so it doesn't like detriment me.
Hmm.
But yeah, and like what happens with me is I generally get I get a vibe off of somebody. I can generally tell I don't know if it's definitely not psychic. It's learned, but it's subconscious. You just kind of watch people
Through
and
experience.
yeah, definitely. And like you can
Yeah.
tell like if somebody's like not chill or whatever just by little things they do whether you recognize it or not. And like with me, my mom's dated a couple guys that are like fucking definite sociopaths, and I knew almost immediately I didn't like them. So, yeah,
Yeah. Well.
it was like weird because at first I didn't know what it was. It's just, they were throwing some shade vibes, and I was like, I don't like this dude. But like as I researched it more, it's like your brain, if you've been through that before, your brain kind of learns that and subconsciously like reminds you like, hey, that person's probably not good because of little things like body movements, subconscious body movements they do, things they say, just little things that
Yeah.
just kind of click. And it's like, but it works with awesome people too. Like you can generally tell who's really chill as well.
Mm. Yeah. I don't have that. I don't really have that ability because I haven't had experiences with psychopaths at all.
Yeah,
So sociopaths, I really haven't. Not that
I've
I'm
had a few.
close. Not that I'm in a bubble or anything, but I've just been around a lot of like good people in my life.
Oh,
I haven't had that experience yet. So
well,
yet
to
again,
oops, sorry.
most people. No, I was just gonna say most people. Like I only keep around.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah. To
no.
anybody out there who believes that they are like an empath and like really feel other people's emotions really well, just you got to be careful. Sociopaths are really good at hiding that they're sociopaths. It definitely takes knowing one to understand what to watch out for. As I said, my mom dated one. I've dated a girl who turned out to be a total sociopath, but like being an empath, dude, you're like naturally like, hey, I can try to fix them. Don't fall for that trap ever. Because trust me, no matter how hard you try, you're not changing a sociopath.
Amen.
It's just, yeah, dude, I got really hurt by the last one. Like that girl, too. Like, that was nuts. And it's like, it's weird because they know how to cut right to the core of you. It's like, they know just how to
Well, the
get
thing
in
is,
there.
you don't even. Well, with a sociopath, they're not even thinking like that. They don't care.
Uh,
It's not like they're out to like get to you real bad. It's just they're just
I
doing
don't
what comes normal to them.
I don't know. Some are aware of the fact that they're sociopaths, and yeah, it's that they don't care, but they also use like because a lot of them are charismatic. Like you would never know. Like Ted Bundy, dude. Like if you would have met him, before the whole trouble with him showed up, you would have never guessed that
Yeah.
dude was a serial killer. Because
Hmm.
like they have that charisma that just can get right to you. Like my ex girlfriend was not a serial killer, but she ended up being like a complete junkie. And yeah, she knew how to cut to my course. And then when she ended up leaving me, it's like,
You
yeah,
realize?
oh yeah, but like it really got to me bad. Like I was in a deep depression for over a year because she was able to get to my core. Like she completely
Yeah.
broke down my walls.
Hmm. Well,
All right, back to gaming. We can talk all
Yeah,
day
let's
about
go.
gaming.
Yeah, you can put us in a compression here.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Just venting. All right, Charlie,
Anyways,
you had some gaming stuff.
yeah. I was seeing today that finally you guys know Stadia and
Yes.
how their release and when it came out, it was like big and bold, but it was so bad. Like everyone that got it, they were like wondering when they were gonna get what they were told they were gonna get, and recently they finally updated like the game library on Stadia, and it's still they added like 2 games. Like it wasn't even that much, and like people are like really like now like boycotting Stadia, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Stadia's gone by not even the end of this year. Like it's not really good right now.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not defending Stadia or anything like that, but like the whole idea of what they're trying to do is just we're not that far ahead yet. Like internet quality and stuff like that, it's not to that point where that's gonna work.
Yeah, I think the worst thing they could have done was which what they did do was say that it was gonna be able to do all these things, and when it came to that, it couldn't do any of those things. You know, they put false accusations into it, giving people hope for something that just wasn't able to.
Oh, you cut out there for a second there, bud.
Did I?
Yeah, a little bit. Toward the end, though, was like the last
Uh,
sentence.
yeah, I was just saying like I think they put too much into what they said they could do with it, and they gave people way too much hope. Like they really shouldn't have done that. They should have just kept it on like like simple things like you can stream to like any platform, but not like say like it's gonna be all this crazy stuff with it. I think that was the worst thing they did.
Well, the idea itself is a pretty revolutionary idea, but as I said, the world's just not ready for it yet.
Yeah, they're asking for people to have like steady, good internet, and not a lot of people have that.
Yeah, there's people in rural areas that won't even be able to like even play anything on it.
Yeah, and also,
Sorry,
Epic
I've
Games.
never heard of it. Sorry, guys.
You never heard of Stadia?
Google
No.
Stadia.
No,
Yeah, it's
no,
probably
no,
for the
no.
best, honestly.
All right.
Oh, Charlie, for content purposes, though, explain what it was.
Well, the Stadia was basically a server. They were trying to make a game platform into kind of like a server type thing, where it was a giant Google server that was streamed to like say a TV, a tablet, a phone, and they were trying to stream games to that as one giant subscription. So instead of having a console, you could take the game with you kind of anywhere. And the issue was to have all that, the people that would buy the product would have to have a really good steady internet. So like if you wanted a 1080p 30 frames, you need to have at least 20 megabytes per second steady. And anything above was just like asking for way too much out of most people in the United States or just anywhere for that matter. Because like for 4K 60 frames, you needed a steady 45 to 50 megabytes per second. Not a lot of people have that,
Yeah,
so it was a big flop with that.
yeah. So
And
basically,
also, yeah,
basically, it was kind of like a console in the cloud, essentially.
Gotcha. Oh,
yeah,
gotcha. Okay. All right.
yep. It also the biggest issue was that they were trying to get a lot of companies to like put their games on their platform, and they did get a few. They got like Destiny 2, and they got big names like that, but not a lot of companies went for that platform.
Yeah, I think Ubisoft
And
was a big one.
yeah, it didn't pan out really well. The store on it, you got to pay like 100 plus dollars. Like I don't really know the prices for, but I know it's not the same 60. And the issue with that is you don't even really own the game. Like you have the rights to play the game, but you don't really have the ownership of it. It's just in the cloud, you know. So that was also a big thing for
All right, I'm
people.
back. Sorry.
But yeah, Stadia. I know Xbox is gonna try to do a similar thing, but
Yeah,
they're
the
gonna
X
try
Cloud.
they're gonna try. I think they'll be a little bit better off with their version because they want to make a console They want to keep it as a console skill though. Like they want you to have like a home base for your stream. So like you would have a console that can stream to anything in like the house. That's what I think you're trying to go for instead of Google, where it's like it streams from where they are. So I think that'll be a better chance at it working for sure.
Yeah, but if it did work,
But
dude, can you imagine how cool that would be if it did work and like how convenient it would be?
well, I mean, I would say the first sites we saw this PlayStation Now back they like I remember on PS3. I don't know if they still have it on PS4 because I do not have one, but I know on PS3 they had a streaming service called PlayStation Now where you could subscribe to their subscription and you could play a game off a streaming cloud, and it was very before its time and it kind of worked, kind of didn't. And that was like the first thing we saw of I would say streaming. So I think it would be really cool. And I
Yeah,
just don't know if we're there yet. I think we're
yeah.
trying to jump the gun a little bit.
I do definitely believe the whole game streaming thing is definitely, that we're definitely gonna. It's definitely a thing that will work in the future. It's just I think we're jumping on it a little bit too early, and I'm hoping that
Yeah,
doesn't
for
kill the
sure.
idea before like it could really reach its potential.
Mm, yeah. Also, which was pretty interesting, is Epic CEO uh came out and was talking about how he feels that most gaming companies should stop trying to push the agenda with politics and stuff and just stick to gaming, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Like we have politics literally shoved down our throat in almost every medium anymore. It's just like, dude, we have the news for that. We just want to play our games and watch our movies.
Yeah, I just think it's really cool. Epic, CEO really they've been on they've been on their shit recently. They're always first to come out and say something, which I like. They're not afraid at all.
Yeah, yeah. I remember they called out Blizzard, during the
Yeah,
Beijing or the Hong Kong thing that we talked about on the first episode.
yeah, they're very headstrong and I like it. I wish more companies were like it.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Blizzard, at this latest rewards or award show, I forgot what it was called, but what was it? The Dice Awards or something like that.
Hmm.
They had some chick up there, dude, and she was throwing hella shade at him. It was hilarious. It's great. They were too, like they were blamed. She wasn't like being shady. She was like straight up talking mad shit about Blizzard right there on stage. It was funny. And it sucks though because Blizzard used to be a good company, but they sold out to Activision, which was definitely their downfall.
Yeah, well, most things that go to Activision don't last.
Yeah, I do like this new Call of Duty though. I mean, it irritates me, but that's Call of Duty. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I would say it's probably the first time they listen to their fans, which is kind of nuts. It's been a while since they've done that.
Yeah. Yeah, CEO Bobby Kotick, dude, that guy's like, he's the definition of a executive. Like, this dude, I don't think he knows anything about gaming. He's just like, he's more worried about the mobile market right now, which I think is nice because
Yeah.
it's taking the pressure off the main console developers to kind of do whatever they want. So they're like, that
Hmm.
pressure from above is kind of getting directed somewhere else so they can kind of fly under the radar and do what they want.
Also, Prona, I want to get your what you think of this. Is with Sony waiting? Is they're waiting very long to release information about the PS5? You think it's good for them to wait, or should they try to get something out? Because a lot of people they're like on the edge of their seats, like kind of like waiting for Sony to drop the bomb about PS5, and it's just not happening. And a lot of people are like starting to now get a little nervous due to that.
I know. Yeah, I was talking with my buddy Q Dog not too long ago about this, and he was telling me that Xbox is also waiting. Is that true? Like they seem like to be waiting for each other to release information.
Well, yeah. So Xbox dropped they showed off a bit. They didn't really show it off. They showed it off in a trailer at the VGA, the Game Awards. They showed off the console, what it looked like. So they kind of got like cracked open the door. They wanted to give like a look in, like a peek. And now they're waiting for Sony. I think they're waiting for Sony to like show off they like the plan for, and at the same time, Sony's waiting for Xbox to show it off so they can figure out the price of the console.
Right.
And that's kind of what, yeah.
Yeah. This seems like a big like pissing contest, right? Pretty much.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited because I mean I jumped on the PS4 bandwagon, so it'll be interesting to see which way I go for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodborne's what sold me on the PS4, to be honest with you. That game came out. It didn't come out for the Xbox, so I jumped the gun and I bought a PS4.
Yeah,
I'm
the exclusivity thing. That's what I like about what Microsoft's doing, dude. Is they're doing away with exclusivity. Like, you can find their games now on Switch, Steam. Like, they're no longer going exclusive, and I think that's gonna, in the long run, kind of push them ahead financially.
Right, and I like the idea of cross-platform now because, Q-Dog and I can play Rocket League and Fortnite and a few other games, and have different consoles, which is really cool and convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty is cross-platform as well.
Yeah, we haven't played that one yet. I do own it, but I haven't played it since Christmas. So.
Yeah, I'd love to get us team members all together and play like some Search and Destroy or something. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be funny.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely.
All our personalities in the game.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, it's cross-platform. Our newest member, Frank, somebody I actually know in person. That's the only reason I invite him in, because I know him in person. Normally, I don't jump to the gun so quickly, but yeah, he's got PC. If I can convince him to get it, dude, we'd have a full team.
We'd have people from Xbox, PlayStation, PC. We'd be a whole influx of people.
Now we just need to release it on Switch, and we're good.
Switch. Get a Switch player in there. Yeah.
First time we've seen Call of Duty at 30 frames per second since the PS2 era.
That's what I'm really excited for. That's what I'm really excited about Microsoft this generation coming up, is because they really want to push the cross-platform with PC and Xbox like it's the same thing, which I think is really cool. I really hope like Sony comes through and like goes all the way through with it and not just like a certain few games with it, like it did with Call of Duty, because I know they want to keep everything to them, they want to keep their people to them only. So I want to see how that. But I think that's pretty.
What I like about the Series X, about the rumor, I think it's just a rumor. It might not be. I don't know. It might have been confirmed, but like, we definitely know it's running on the same framework as the One. So if that holds true, that means all our entire Xbox library should be available on the Series X day one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's confirmed for sure.
Right,
they already came out and said that's like the big thing with this generation. And that's what the difference between this generation change and last generation's change was. Like, a lot of people had an issue with last gen. They were kind of not so quick to hop on because they knew once they made the switch, they weren't going to have their old library and they were going to have to get new games and they would be limited. Whereas this generation, when we switch over, we'll already have our whole game library with us.
And we'll be able to play with people who are still on Xbox One. So.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, when I got my One, dude, and traded in my 360, dude, it's like, I think only one of us in my friends group at that time had the One, and he was never on, so, like, I was playing by myself for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because all my friends were still on 360, I had no way to talk to them or play with them. That was, like, a big letdown there.
Yeah, it was rough, that coming to this generation, because I remember I switched from I got the One the first week, and I had like 2 games, and I was just like, I was so happy to get it, but I just remember feeling like, yeah, I got this, it's so cool, but I'm by myself. I got 2 games, and that's it, which I like about this generation coming up, where like once a day I hop on, it's like I could go back and play games that I bought like 3 to 5 years ago and see how they'll run on a better console, see if the performance is better, like just things like that. Like, it's very cool. You go back and see if games like fix themselves now that you're running on a better console and things. I think that's really gonna be my biggest thing. Is like I'll go back and see like how like just old like Xbox 360 games look on it. It's like they're not gonna look crazy different, but it'll be running way better on performance.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what, like, if we're gonna be able to stream the Twitch with it. That's gonna be my main big thing, unless I can get a capture card in time. I mean, I have a capture card, doesn't work, but I have one. I want to get a better one. But yeah, I'm hoping we can stream off the console to Twitch, but I'm hoping it's not just gonna be Mixer, because I don't really like
Oh,
Mixer.
I know you don't like Mixer. Not a lot of people do because Twitch is their home thing. Like I said, I really think Microsoft's gonna go balls to the wall with integrating Mixer into the console itself. Like I really do. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like everywhere you look, not everywhere you look like that, like is crazy, but I can totally see them making Mixer like second to none, very accessible with the Xbox
Yeah.
because they kind of already have it like that. And Mixer came out halfway through this generation, so I can only imagine if they like integrate Mixer with the building of the next console. So like it would be integrated into it definitely.
Well,
So
the reason I'm still at Twitch and still with Twitch is because of the affiliate program. I don't think Mixer has one of those yet. Like,
no,
that affiliate
they
program's
don't.
nice because you can, if you don't have to be a partner to, be making a little money by streaming.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mixer gets on that because they've been slowly, not fat, like not crazy, but they've been slowly getting. So they probably know that's what people are waiting for, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just, like, we have two of us in here right now are both, like, streamers. I mean, I want definitely not full time. I'd call us maybe part time streamers. But, yeah, we're both affiliates. And Charlie, we'll get you there. Trust me, I'm trying. You just gotta stream, man. You gotta stream in order to get there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Twitch right now it's not as, like, awesome as it was back in 2015 because I've had my channel since late 2014. I'm pretty sure I created it back in December 2014, and like I was streaming like all of 2015, dude. And my channel saw some huge growth in that amount of time before the affiliate program. Like that's when I got my 200 plus followers, and now I'm up to 241, I think.
Q Dog and I agree with you fully, dude. Because when I first started, we used to wait because we used to do a wrestling stream, and we used to wait until we had 20 viewers before we even started the show. And now it's like, all right, Red and Professor here. Let's start. So, it's a lot different now. I don't really care about the numbers anymore, to be honest with you. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the dream's definitely partner. I'd love to go full time with it eventually, but like realistically, that's like a 1 in a million chance.
Mm-hmm.
But like, doesn't mean to stop or anything. I still try the stream every day if I can. But like, yeah, we have a new. I don't know if he's new, but yeah, recently Catman Act, like kind of like one of the main regulars now. I see a lot.
Yeah, he streams a lot. Yeah, and I try to help him out as much as I can.
Yeah, I'm in there quite often too.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about wrestling, I saw you get so you do like a WWE stream type thing, Corona. Like I saw that on your,
yeah. I'll do it once in a while now. We used to do it a lot back in the day. We used to have like
awesome.
a federation and everything going on. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, we used to let people upload their wrestlers and we'll download them. So
that was so. I'm still am, but I used to be so into those games, but it was kind of like me myself. And I was just like, this would be a lot. Yeah, that's dope. Really.
Yeah, we turned the commentary off and we would dress up in like suits and commentate the matches. Dude, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But now the thing is with those games, when you stream like the new wrestling games, your stream will be muted if any music comes on, and it's really annoying. Like even if it's just a wrestler's theme song, it'll mute your screen for copyright.
That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, Twitch has been kind of cutting down on that, unfortunately. It used to not be like that. People used to have their Spotify's running. People used to be able to request songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
2015 was a golden era of Twitch, in my opinion, dude. Like, I used to average about 30 to 40 viewers, and now I'm be lucky if I get 5.
Right. Yeah. And do you think the consoles have any relation to that? Because now everyone can be a streamer with a touch of a button. You know, you don't need a capture card or anything anymore. Like,
Um,
I wonder how much that plays a role in, because everybody's streaming now. It seems like.
yeah, yeah. Plus, we have multiple platforms that are competing. So you got
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
half of us on Twitch, half of us on Mixer, and like
You got
2% on D
Facebook and
Live.
YouTube now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's all these platforms, dude. Like Twitch was the sole video gaming streaming service like back then.
And
So
then,
like
then before
everybody was
that, it was
there.
Justin TV.
Yeah. So like yeah, and actually it was the 2015 era is when I found Q Dog doing his Batman streams, and Charlie, I wish you could have seen those, dude. They were funny. Like, dude,
Yeah.
that shit was so entertaining, dude. We had Q Dog he was in a bat suit, dude, and doing the Batman voice, cracking hilarious jokes, dude. I'd love to see that come back, but maybe one day, hopefully. I'd love to see it come back, because, dude, that there was definitely a lot of potential there.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he kind of got caught in the suit by someone in his household, so that threw him off. I think his brother caught him or something. He was like, "What are you doing in a Batman suit playing games?"
Is that one of those times? Was like one of the Batman streams when that not now thing happened?
Yeah, exactly. That was it. Yep, that was it. That was the end of the Batman, pretty much.
Oh man,
That was the end of the full suit Batman. He went on a few times with just the mask on, but yeah, no full suit.
Yeah, I remember because I used to be part of a stream team called the Armory. I was led by a Cannibal Gummy Bear, and the problem with that team is we grew too fast too quick. Like we were just recruiting everybody we could. That's like I think we went from just 3 or 4 of us to like over 40 of us within a month, and we were just looking for everybody to recruit. Like that
Spread
experience.
yourself way too thin.
Yeah, and we had everybody competing for streaming times. That's why I kind of want to keep this team like small. Like I think the amount of members we have right now is pretty
Yeah.
good, and maybe down the line recruit 2 or 3 more people eventually. But like right now, I think 7's a good number, and Evan doesn't really stream all that much. Charlie, you don't really stream all that much.
Yeah, I already told you. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're
Well, I'm
waiting.
not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. I really want it. It's just my like look on it. I want to like not have it perfect, but have myself in a spot where like I feel comfortable streaming with the things I have.
yeah,
Like right now, I don't want to like go in there half cocked.
dude. I'm telling you, just stream off the console right now. That's what I'm doing for the most part, except Haunted Thursdays, which is, by the way, tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, should just do it right now off the console and just kind of at least get yourself to affiliate because it's possible, and then like eventually get the stuff you need to increase the quality and stuff like that because it can't hurt just putting streams out there
Yeah.
as often as possible. I mean, the worst that's gonna happen, dude, is you're gonna have a whole backlog of streams that nobody watched.
True.
But you never know. Could be your day. You get a big time host or something just randomly, and there you go. You're off.
Yeah,
That's,
all it takes
what
is
happens.
the generosity of one person.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you never know. You could get that, that oil-rich Dubai kid who has daddy's credit card and donates like 500,000 bits to you. You never know.
Seriously, yeah.
And that's what's fun about streaming, dude. Is like anything can happen, and it's interesting. It's like 99% of the time you're gonna have a stream where it's just like you have some people in chat. Yeah, but it's quiet for the most of the time. But every once in a while, you have that big partner streamer who's like, let's find some little guy today. And then, bam, you're that one in a million. But honestly, the best way I found to grow your channel is networking. It's honestly the best way to grow. Like, right now, the BHH is my main team. It is my team. Like, it's our team, but it's a team I'm a part of officially. Where, like, I work with other teams, so though I'm not a part of them. Like the 111 Savage Legion, the Rockstar guys I just found yesterday. Like just networking with all these people, eventually, that generosity you pay them, most of them will pay it back.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any plans to like maybe set up like a co-channel for everybody to stream off of, like on certain days?
I do want to, yes.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about that actually.
Yeah, I do want to
That'd be
do
awesome.
that. I mean, I could move the Haunted Thursdays thing over to that because I can stream that off my computer, and the only thing we'd have to share, really keep track of all together, is the stream code or the stream key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That I can move my Haunted Thursdays to over
It'd
eventually.
be definitely cool if there was a channel where like all of us were streaming and it was like
Had
pretty
it,
much
had
if
it
you're
going
on
24
there,
hours
there's
a
always
day.
gonna be someone streaming. Yeah.
I would definitely love to do that, but my ultimate goal for this team is we all get to the point where we can go to TwitchCon. Or at least go to TwitchCon as a team, whether we're affiliate, unaffiliated, or partner or anything. We could do that at any size. We could do that now if we had the money and the time. And I want to do that at some point. Like I want to go to TwitchCon with the boys.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we have a team member. Gonna be Frank. He's the newest team member. He's actually going to PAX East here soon. So I can't wait to hear about that. Like, I want to get him on one of the podcasts and have him tell us about it.
Yeah, this summer I'm going to Comic-Con. That's something I'm doing.
Nice. San Fran or New York?
New York.
New York. Nice.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Oh man. Yeah, unfortunately, TwitchCon I think it's in San Diego. No, it's San Diego Comic Con, not San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. But yeah, just imagine, dude. We get our custom T-shirts that say BHH on them with a banana, lying in a hammock.
I'm telling you, our logo should literally be a banana wearing a fucking banana hammock, like a fucking thong.
That would be hilarious. I would love that so much.
And he's got like sunglasses or something on. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta find like a really good graphic designer, just kind of do stuff for us. I mean, if they like cheap, like if they do it for free, awesome. But like if they want like $1 for like a design, there you go. It's not a problem. Welcome, thank you, kind of thing, Like
Yeah.
I definitely want to do more as a group too. Like definitely play Call of Duty as a team. Just like constantly shouting each other out. I do that a lot. I've been on Twitch for a while. I've always been working with people as long as I've been streaming. And like that's the number one thing you do on Twitch is just help people out the best you can, and it eventually comes full circle. You help somebody out, they help you out. You just keep doing it over and over again. Next thing you know, you guys are growing together. Yeah, I love streaming, dude. Like, honestly, it's probably my favorite thing to do. It's like, back in 2015, though, I got in this weird mental state. Like, if I wasn't streaming it, it wasn't real. It was the weirdest mentality I've ever been in. But I was streaming every day, 12 hours a day. So, like, I genuinely felt if I wasn't streaming a game, I wasn't actually playing it. Like,
Yeah.
have you guys ever had a similar experience like that? Or is that like a uniquely Tyler thing?
I think that's unique, yeah. I've never streamed that long. I've never had a stream longer than like 2 or 3 hours. I don't know.
Yeah,
I get antsy or something. I gotta sign off and do something else.
yeah, that's where I kind of am now. I think the longest one I've had in the last year was about 8 hours, and like I really had to push myself to do that though. But back in 2015, dude, it was easy because like streaming was a lot more fun back then because it wasn't hard to get viewers and people chatting, and it's
Right.
those people chatting that keeps you going. They keep the fun in it. Like to me, like the most boring thing is when you're streaming and nobody's there at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. It feels like such a grind. But all it takes is one
Oh,
person to be
man.
in there and just chat your head off, dude, and it's so much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, I agree, definitely.
Like, Red, Red's a pretty good regular. Catman stops by quite often. You and Q Dog stop by every once in a while. My buddy Nimrod, he kind of pops in every once in a while. The 111th Savage Legion, they're kind of unpredictable. They just kind of show up whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, that's why I
Uh,
wish I watched streams more on my computer rather than my phone, because like it's tough to stay in like a channel for too long when you're on your phone. Either the battery's dying or something else is going on.
mm.
But my laptop is in the game room ready to stream, so I hate like taking it out of there and then setting it all back up. But
Yeah.
this it's just laziness, really.
Yeah. Now, thankfully, all my stuff, my Xbox and stuff's in the living room where I sleep, and I have my Xbox connected to Twitch. So, like, if I really feel like just watching a stream for a long period of time, I throw it up on the Xbox.
That's true. I do have the PS4, but yeah, I got Pug Life, and she wants to watch something too. I don't think she wants to watch a stream. She's smiling at me. Sometimes she'll let me watch a stream, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad because it's like the TV, like for everybody. So
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to stream more as soon as my brother moves out, or we eventually move and I get my own room again, or I get my own place, anything.
Yeah.
I'd love to stream more. But right now it's kind of like weird because we have 3 people in this tiny apartment. And I mean tiny. It's cramped. So, like, and I have, like, really bad. I can't stream when somebody's, like, in my actual physical vicinity. It's really uncomfortable for me, and my brother or my mother's always here.
Right. Yeah. No, I was the same way when I lived with my mother. I didn't stream until she was gone or something, or sleeping. But
Yeah. They also have
it's
this
nice. We
really.
got the house now, and we got the game room, and my own little spot to play.
Yeah.
I can't complain at all.
Yeah, I do miss having my own place. That was the best
Yeah.
part. It's actually last year I found out about the affiliate program, dude, and like after a 2-3 year hiatus from Twitch, dude, I just like found out about the affiliate program, jumped right back on, and went full swing. I was like, I'm doing this or I'm not doing anything. But I was working at a gas station at the time, and at first before I worked at the gas station, I worked at a yogurt factory. There, I was making more than enough money. The only issue there is I was working 7 days a week on overnight, so I never had the energy to stream. And I did that for over a year and a half. Then I ended up leaving there, worked at a gas station where I was just barely making enough money to afford my apartment, but I had a lot more time to stream. And now it's like
Yeah.
they cut my hours there, so I didn't have enough money to afford my apartment. That's why I'm currently in the living situation I'm in now.
Yeah. I used to be like a super late night streamer, like start at midnight, go to like 4 or 5 a.m. But with my new career teaching, I had to switch it all around, and now I stream for a few hours in the afternoon. So
Yeah.
I can stream when I can, but it's tough. And of course, I got sick just before vacation. I planned on streaming a lot this week, but that's how it goes.
Mm.
I might still do one tonight, but I can't promise anything.
Yeah. Oh, I'll definitely be there. I try to be there every time I can.
Oh, I know.
I'll
I know.
definitely
I
come
appreciate that.
check that out too.
I wonder if Q Dog will be live tonight. I love watching him too. He's fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, he definitely has that.
He has some good. He freaks out a lot, which is great.
Yeah, but he's got that. He's got
when he
that.
dies or something.
He's got that thick New England accent too, which just makes
Oh,
it
absolutely.
makes it awesome. Oh man, I can't wait till can move over that way. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my home state, New York, but like, I don't. At the same time, it's too expensive to live here. It's difficult. New York is not an easy state to live in, especially when you're trying to be independent. It's really rough for people who want to be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to go. My idea was Boston, but like anywhere like over in the New England way. And the main reason, believe it or not, is, so I'm not surrounded by a bunch of Giants fans and people who hate the Patriots. Because I catch shit about that everywhere I go.
Growing up, hating the Giants in New York. God.
New York. Oh, it's weird because where we live, everybody's either Giants fan, Jets fan, or like the 2% of us
Cowboys.
that like the other. Yeah, why do we like the Why does everybody here like the Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't know. And Giants fans, like when I would ask them, so like, why do you like the Giants? And they'll go, oh, they're the New York team. I go, oh, so I don't really watch football then, huh?
Because their stadium's in Jersey, isn't it?
Yeah, breakfast food. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's why? Like, not even a player? You could have at least gave me a player name and I would. No, it's a New York team.
Oh, we also have Buffalo
right.
too. Bills are a New York team.
Yeah, there's a few people around here that like the Bills. There's families trying to come out of their hidey holes because the Bills are doing good, but before then they just kind of kept to themselves.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how it is in New York. Like, everybody's everywhere. My team's the Patriots. My team has been the Patriots since like I was young. And I watched like that first Super Bowl when I was like 10. But
yeah, it's weird. I'm a Saints fan. I remember my first season watching them. They were so god awful. Fans came to the stadium wearing paper bags, and I didn't know any better. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, it's weird.
It wasn't for a good reason.
It's weird too because my favorite baseball team, hockey team, they're both Boston as well. You got the Red Sox and the Bruins. I like both of those teams.
Yeah.
I got pushed toward the Red Sox, however, when I saw how toxic New York Yankees fans can be.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I felt about Red Sox fans, and that's why I like the Cleveland Indians. Yeah, because around here they're just as bad as Yankees fans.
You know why Yankees fans are toxic, though, right?
The New Yorkers?
Nothing else. No, not just that, but any other sport like team in New York isn't that crazy. I mean, think about it. You got the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks. And then you got the Giants and the Jets. The only real, and you got the Rangers. Hockey, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, the Yankees is the only thing that New Yorkers could be like, oh yeah, the Yankees.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think Rob's a Yankees fan, but...
Yeah.
Q-Dog is.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
And he likes the Dallas Cowboys. So.
Oh, yeah. I
got
two
a few of
friends
those.
that are Cowboys fans. Oh, God. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny. I got one of my friends. He's a Jets, Knicks, and Yankees fan. So the only thing he can ever talk about is Yankees, because anything else, he's just like, yeah.
Alright, guys. I will be right back, dude. I gotta let my brother take a piss because I'm recording in the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Alright. Damn.
Well, tomorrow, Q-Dog and I are doing our Retro Friday. And since I'm on vacation, we're going to start it a little earlier so we can go to somewhere that's a little further away. So I'm going to check out our new store. It's called the Land of Electronics.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, we'll try a new store out tomorrow.
It's really cool, actually.
We go every Friday, but we usually check out the same 2 or 3 stores, and there hasn't been anything there lately, so it's time to look for something else. That's the trouble of having 619 NES games, is that it's hard to find another game, something that you don't have. I have like 100 or so left to collect, so it's getting down. It's tough to find.
It's awesome that you have that ability. Near us, it's like you got a GameStop, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's going out of business, so you got nothing.
Yeah, this place is like an hour away, but it'll be fun. It's a little fun road trip.
Yeah, I would love to do stuff like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, every Friday we go.
Is there ever a game? Can't believe they actually have that, or
Last one was a couple of Christmases ago. I found a Caltron 6-in-1, which is still the rarest game collection, but I had to pay over $300 for it. So
Damn.
Yeah, and they had I don't know if you guys are familiar with Flintstone Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, but I didn't buy that one. It was over $700.
I believe Tyler knows that one. Heard him and Rob talk about it.
Yeah, I have it on a repo cart, but I don't have the real thing.
All right, sorry about that, guys. As I said, 3 people in a tiny apartment issues.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Oh man. Yeah, I hope that was muted. You guys didn't hear the drizzle, did you?
Oh, we heard everything.
Ah.
We heard everything.
Cool. That'll definitely
It's a
go
shame.
viral.
It's a shame.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, where were we? I kind of left there.
Yeah, well, now I gotta go take a piss, Tyler. So
Oh
thanks
no.
You said pissing.
So
No, I gotta tinkle.
All right. All right. Yeah. Well, we've been recording well over an hour anyway, so like,
Yeah.
I think we can call it here. All right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
it
no
was
problem, man.
Nice having you on.
Yeah, I'll do it again sometime. Just let me know.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah. Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching our episode. Everybody's channels will be linked in the description, but just in case you guys don't want to read the description, our special guest today is ChronoGerbil as twitch.tv/ChronoGerbil, ChronoGerbil, and me, of course, twitch.tv, Professor R4G3, and Nasty Chaos, twitch.tv/SNAZZYKAOS. Instead of, CHAOS.
Want it to be different.
All right, everybody.
All right, I'll check your stream out later, Professor, if you're on.
All right. All right, yeah, I definitely will, man. All right, everybody.
man.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and peace.
Peace.
Peace out. See ya.